going on, guys? Today I want to talk about roll racing and drag racing. What I think about them personally, and why I think some people do it, and why I think some people's channels really grow, and I really don't understand why. But first of all, if I want drag racing, that's my thing. Everybody that knows me, I'm a drag racer. I like to drag race. I think racing from a dead stop, getting your car to hook and leaving the line is very important. And I mean, if you want to prove a point to somebody, you beat them at the light. You beat them at every aspect of drag racing. You know what I mean? Drag racing to me shows the car's potential. It shows how much you put into your car and how much your car really has. I mean, that said, I don't mind roll racing. I've done it before. I'll do it now. If someone wants to roll race, it's okay. I will do it. But I prefer to drag race. If you want to start a roll race, I don't mind starting a roll race. But let's start from zero and go to any speed you want. And if you beat me, at 250, that's fine. That's great. But I don't understand the guys that roll race all the time online on YouTube. And man, I'm not saying that they don't get a lot of hits, because they do, and people love it. It seems like people nowadays, even on Facebook when I'm on there, they think that roll racing really proves a point. But most of the time when you watch roll racing, definitely some of these bigger YouTubers that do it. I mean, there's some guys that really roll race. When I started watching YouTube last year or year and a half ago, guys that roll raced, they were going on, the second honk. They're going on two. Some guys go like 1, 2, and then they're going. And then they yell 3 as they're already in gear and pulling. I mean, how's that fair? How do you guys count that fair? At least when you're at a stoplight, or you're at a drag strip, or someone's dropping your arm, you're not dependent on the other driver. You're not saying it yourself, and you're not leaving when you want to. I mean, there's a lot of things that I find wrong in roll racing, besides just the top speed. You know what I mean? I get you're thinking you're not abusing your car as much, but automatics at a high speed, when you get up to 150, you're not doing that much great to your automatic transmission either. And I mean, I know some guys can do 150 in a quarter mile, but most guys don't. Most guys are around 130, 140 in a quarter mile. 150, you're moving. So roll racing, I see the guys that like to go from 40, 60, to 150 or whatever, 160. And that's great. I mean, I think it's cool to watch sometimes on videos, but to me, sometimes it gets annoying. I'd love to see him stop at a dead stop and then do it, because you can make a car that's not near as much horsepower, or not near as much power at all, and run a car that's a lot more power just because it's a lot lighter. You know what I mean? Hellcats, they're built for drag racing. They're built for dead stop and pulling, right out the hole. They got a lot of torque, and they're geared for the pull. Some of them do all right roll racing, but if you want to see a Hellcat in its glory, you see it at the drag strip. They really put it down on a drag radial or on a slick. I mean, they really are fast cars. You take a base model Mustang with a tune, and at a drag strip, it's not going to hang with a Hellcat on a tire. It just don't do it. But these guys online that go out and roll race, they can take a base model Mustang with a tune and, pull on a Hellcat on the freeway at a 60 pull. It's because the Mustang has a weight advantage, and the tune on the Mustang and in a 10 speed really wakes them up. I mean, not saying it's not a faster roll racer than the Mustang, but I'm just saying it's just not that designed for what it's doing. You're talking apples and oranges. Take the Hellcat, put it in its where it's supposed to go, and it'll outrun the Mustang any day of the week. Are you faster than a Hellcat? Sure you are when you're talking that way, but it's just my thoughts on it, guys. This is just, I think the roll racing stuff online it makes me laugh sometimes, because these guys they're building channels off roll racing, and they got a lot of subscribers, and all they do is go out and roll race. And maybe people like watching that. I do watch it, because it sometimes does intrigue me. But to me, give me a good drag race any day of the week, and I'll watch that. Street racing, at the track racing, that's what I like watching. I like watching the front wheels of a car come up off the ground and someone do a wheelie the whole way down the track. That's, to me, power, and that's what I enjoy. But to each their own. I mean, I'm not knocking the roll racing thing, I guess. It's not for me, guys. I don't understand it 100%. But like I said, if you're out doing it, I will watch your stuff. And if you guys got somebody that you guys like watching, leave a comment down there. I'd like to watch some good roll racing. There is one kid that does roll racing I really like him, but he also does drag race too, and it's Matt 760. Matt 760 has a badass Mustang. I mean, that guy beats about every fucking thing he roll races. I mean, I've never seen the kid lose that much. I mean, some cars beat him. There has been videos he put out that he's lost, but he'll race Hellcats, he'll race CTSVs, Cam Corvettes, and the fucking guy beats him in his 10-speed Mustang with a tune and an exhaust. his Mustang is unreal for what it is, and it's tuned by Lund too. So Matt 760, if you ever watch my stuff, man, your car is fast. I'll never knock you for roll racing, man, because I do see you at the track, and you beat Hellcats at the track. I've seen too. So I'm not gonna say you're one of the exceptions in my list, and there's a few other guys that are, but there's other guys out there that I've watched. It's like, man, that's all they do is roll race, and it's sometimes it's like, man, come on, you know what I mean? And you watch them, they're like 1, 2, and they're going, you know. And then the other guy's like, you can hear the other guy's like, what the fuck? You know what the other guy's thinking as his car's just getting in gear to go, and the other guy's pulling on him. He's like, oh, I won, you know. Oh man, I'm gapping him. Some of these guys take it to an extreme when they jump on somebody. But this is the talk for today about roll racing and drag racing, guys. No offense to anybody. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings out there. It's just, this is my opinions on it, and this is my thoughts. I'm a drag racer at heart, so don't take nothing I say, guys, to, you know what I mean, personal. But come back for the next one, guys. I'll have more. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.